morning, traders. Welcome to Framework Fortune, and welcome back, all you amazing individuals in the Framework Fortune community. I'm your host, Ben. It's time for some live day trading and whatnot. So let's go ahead and check out the market, see what's happening. At the moment, we got the NQ still fighting with that 13,000 area, trying to hold, but I don't know. We'll see by the end of the day. At the moment, the NASDAQ is just dojiing right on that area for the time being. A lot of indecision whether the market is going to break up. Let's see. Oil having a big pullback from Friday's run. That's interesting to see. Gold, what's this VTNR? That's popping. Gold coming all the way back down to its trend line. Probably the same thing with silver. The main thing is why all the assets are dropping is just simply because of the US dollar pretending to strengthen. So we're seeing deflationary movements across all the markets just because that US dollar is given a fake strengthening. So basically deflationary, just the opposite of inflation, where the dollar is not losing value, it's actually gaining more value that it can measure. So that causes all asset prices to drop, right? Because if you're able to buy more with your dollar than you were 6 months ago, then people will want to be in cash. So I think a lot of people have just went to cash while it's sidelined, which honestly I think at this point right now, with all the prices pretty low across cryptos, gold and silver, all of that, even the stock market, they probably did pretty well because they've been able to get into some cheap prices. But this deflation we're seeing, it's not deflating anything because interest rates are still rising, and that's why I say the US dollar is giving false signals, because there's really no reason whatsoever the dollar should keep strengthening. But here's the dollar on TradingView, and it broke up over these previous highs and this downtrend. So makes no sense with high inflation for the dollar to be strengthening, but I think part of it, I don't know. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. A lot of shenanigans happening in all the economies across the globe. So I don't believe this is going to continue. Like the deflationary dollar, while the dollar is also at 10% inflation, makes no sense. It just doesn't. So when that cracks, I'm sure we'll see we'll see asset prices start moving back up. But let's check and see what we got going on. Since uranium's low, it means, let's see, where is uranium at? I don't think I have it on this list. Was it UR? I can't remember what it was. Anyway, good morning, Lori. How are you? Let me see. Uranium. Yeah, uranium's at a bottom today as well. We could start seeing some rebounds in oil and uranium if these futures can hold these trend lines. Uranium's right on that trend line. All right. Now that we got an idea of what's going on in the market, let's see what we can find. Let's see what's happening. Let me go through this list. LTBR, I'm going to keep on there. Veru giving a little pullback today. We'll wait till that pops up. HYMC still selling off. That comes back down to $1. It may be interesting. INDO, because oil being down, we'll just take all the oil stocks off at the moment. IMT, I did swing this over the weekend. I am down a bit on it, but it ended up holding the bottom of this trend so far. Not got a lot of volume today, but I'm looking for the crypto market to rebound today, because Ethereum and Bitcoin both took pretty hard dips over the weekend. And if those can rebound, this crypto play could easily start rebounding. But very low volume at the moment, so we'll see. See, Euroi, that's your uranium play, that dropping down. VTNR. That's at highs. I don't want to deal with it. Possible cup and handle on the weekly chart on VTNR. Let me get into a daily chart. I just realized that's on the weekly. Oh yeah, you can see it pretty clear. VTNR doesn't look bad. It's not as high up as I thought it was. It's right there on that 10-day and 50. But that's an oil play, isn't it? See, they got earnings coming up apparently. Let's see, when's them earnings? Earnings call on May 10th. Forge, ooh, man, Forge has been such a good play. Has anybody caught Forge with it just continuing to rip? I hate that I've missed this, but you know, you miss some sometimes. But getting from that bottom there, 11.25, and then having that bounce off of 12 there, and this thing is ran all the way up to 24. So doubling in price in only a week. NKTX, that is just going sideways. I don't remember what the deal with that was, nor do I care. OPTN under all EMAs. When they're under these EMAs, I'm not trading them. I've been breaking that rule lately, and I'm not going to break that rule anymore. Have no idea. Oh, Arch was at one play. I don't care to look at that right now. Swivel, I think, may still be one to keep on watch. Did come back down. But if I can hold that 50-day, could be a possible play. URA. Oh, yeah, that's the uranium ETF right there. TCAT, another NFT play. But remember, Friday when I was talking about TCAT, when we looked into it, they've got so much competition with what they're doing. I don't like it. And then WBDS at Warner Bros. Discovery. This one Austin's been talking about. Did get a nice little rebound off of 18 to 19. Off of this year low of 1789. But like I said, I don't like Warner Bros. Don't want nothing to do with them. Let's see what we got on this low float scanner. SOUN. This is a new IPO. This could be a possible play. It's downtrending at the moment in this channel, but break up over 12. Ooh, man, this thing could run. It's a dangerous play with it being an IPO. The float must be tiny. Only 7 million in shares so far. Looks like it's trying to break. This hour candle just opened. Let me put this on a... Well, man, this looks like it might go here. Well, actually, I'm going to give it a chance to try to see what it does. Let's just see what it does. I ain't going to get... I don't want to get over prepared for that. RDBX. They had a nice pop today from $6.50 up to $10. Very low float play. It is now above the 200-day. So that is one to keep an eye on. Blue Apron, I don't care about it. Although Blue Apron, they actually have some news. Well, actually, let's put Blue Apron on there. For it to be $4 is pretty cheap. Blue Apron was all the way up at $12.76. If you don't know what Blue Apron is, it's basically a service where you can order meals and food and all that directly to your door. So it is a usable service, but I don't know how much people. Well, here's one of the things you got to think about when it comes to that in this type of economy we are in at the moment. With everything being so expensive, it may not be worth it to try to use Blue Apron. But then again, Blue Apron might have cheaper prices than what the store has. So if that's the case, and you're getting your food delivered to your door for less than going to the grocery store, well then I could see Blue Apron, catching quite a bit of sales that way. So I don't know if Blue Apron's cheaper. I'm just saying if that is the case, that would make sense. Maybe why it's popping back up. Because when was this? That was at the end of the year last year when it started ripping. But if we look back on a 3-year chart, Blue Apron, there it is, there's the COVID dip. It had that big spike up to 28. Everybody was locked in their house, so they were ordering a lot of Blue Apron, Grubhub, and all of that. I don't know. Looking at this weekly chart, I don't know. We'll keep an eye on it. It could be a possible day trade. It's not something I want to swing or anything, but it may be a possible day trade. Let's see. How's that one doing? So SOUN possibly pulling back. If I can pull back down to 750, I might look for a little entry there off the bounce of 750 and bottom of this trend line. We'll see. I got an RDBX up there, HCDI. What is going on with this thing here? It is above. I don't like the range. It doesn't have a lot of range. And what I mean by range is high to low. So the high is 375, the low is 167. So you only got a $2 range on this stock. And it's at 316 now, so more than likely it would meet a lot of resistance at this previous peak in that 375 area. Let's move on to the mid floats. ATER still below that 200. Don't know about. Okay, TDOC. That doesn't look good. DraftKings bouncing off of its low. Wall Street set for lower open after brutal month for tech sector. Yeah. Oxy, I only ran $3, but it is bouncing off of this upward trend line we got there. So Oxy, if you like a little bit bigger play, a little higher float, maybe something interesting to look at. SoFi all the way down to $6. Let's see, ACCD. That looks like another gap down, hitting a low and trying to rebound, but I don't know about that. Invex, all these look like they're under the 200. Yeah. Yep, all of them below all EMAs. Okay, well, I've got everything on the day trade scanner on there. Yep, metals are down. Let's see. Let me put VTNR back up there because VTNR is on several scanners. All right. So, let me get to these comments real quick. I'm good, Lori. What's up, Mike? What's up, Austin? What's up, Sicilian? EAF. We'll take a look at that here in just a bit. Man, I just don't like the Warner Bros. Thing, man. I don't like that company being involved with Warner Bros. That's my only issue with it, honestly. This SOUN, The daily chart looks like trash. Let me put this on an hour chart and see what we look like. But there's only been like 3 days, so looking at a daily chart of 3 days really doesn't tell you much. There we go. Now we're in that 15-minute candle. IMT's dipping. I'm going to go ahead and get out of this play because I looked into INT as well, and I'm just going to cut this loss. It's not exactly the type of crypto play I would want. They're trying to get into NFTs, but they're not. IMTE does a lot of weird things. Okay, so we're testing 1050 now. The top of that candle is 1234. This has quite a bit of range if it can start turning back bullish. Let's see, support at 9. Are you gonna pull back, you little bugger? Let me go in the 5-minute and see if we're gonna get a pullback, because it is possible it may try to go. It's slowing down at that trend line, at the downtrend. I'd really like to see it drop quite a bit lower. Maybe to 9. Some support right across through there. Tops of these candles, where it was resistance, support back here, it held up, and then support back here, it held up. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of support at 850. So we may not get down to 750. That may be too low of a price target. Probably aim for about $9, $8.50, something like that. That's what I'm thinking. We shall see. What's up, stonks and chumps? Disney and Amazon clear to pay. They paved a clear path for WB to prosper. Yeah, you are 100% right about that, Austin. Management is about cash flow, and outside of that, it's just babysitting people. But the cash flow part's the important part, not so much the babysitting people. There we go. Come on down. Come on down here. Come back down about that 850. Because what I'd like to see is a little double bottom for him here at this 8. Have a little drop down, hit that 850-ish area, and just start curling back around. Let's see. First, though, let's see if it cracks 10, because 10 is a psychological line. And I'm actually going to probably start building a little bit of the position here at 10. Now that I'm thinking about possibly 10 holding up, because that candle bounced right off. Yeah, both these candles closed right at 10. We'll see. We'll see. I'm just trying to catch it in a good entry. We got multiple supports that can hold up. Let's see, with it breaking back over 10, it may try to hold it. See what else. Is anything else moving up? RBDX. So on RBDX, this is way high up on the daily chart. But you do have this uptrend you can draw and play. So it's more than likely going to pull back down to that 750. And if that uptrend could hold, then it could rip. But if you caught my risk to reward ratio video, if you get in there, your distance back down to that support area, back here, is pretty far. So we may see this pull back as it is overextended. So I don't want nothing to do with that. SOUN. What is this even up right now? says it's up 55%. It is holding 10 so far. Starting to get a little move, pushing back up. Let me see if I can slide a couple shares in there. Oh man, this thing is starting to build. It's 10.21. I'm average at 10.16. Ooh, we got a 20-cent spread. See if I can grab some more here. Damn, this spread is moving fast. Ooh, okay. This thing's starting to rip. See if I can get in here. Testing at 10.50, so I got 5 shares now. I'm going to hold these 5 shares to see if it starts ripping. But I was really wanting to get it in a pullback. It just doesn't look like it's going to try to pull back all the way up to 10.75. Like it tested that $10 support. And that might have been the pullback. But we still got to break up over this pre-market of 12.27. However, if it runs to 12.27, that's a $2 profit a share. So it's all over the place. And we'll see if it can break. Nice buying volume so far. We'll see buying slow down though. Holding that 10.50 at the moment. Let's see if we start holding 10.75 as support. I think that's where we hit at as resistance. Yeah, we hit about 10.75. So we're testing that 10.75 area as resistance and testing 10.50 as support. 10.50 so far not holding very well. Well, never mind. Dropped down to 10.20, got bought right back up. We're right back at 10.50. This is going to be a dangerous play. It's very low float. It's a new IPO, so we don't have a lot of data. I just like the possible setup because this has a lot of range. Big price range from the open of $8 at the bottom and that top at 19. So that's $11 price range. Not saying it can run $11, but the fact it has that big of a range means that it could at least try to get up, a couple of dollars here. We need to break that 10. We really need to break 11. So I'm in 1034. That's really not a bad entry at the moment. I just kind of had to push in there. But I can hold a little bit and see, because I can always add to it lower. If we do come back down and start trying to make that double bottom, although I may just, I don't know. Let's see. Let's just fill this out for a minute. Let's just give it some time here at this 1050 area. Oh God, is the NQ dying again? Oh yeah, the NQ getting rejected at that 13,000 area. Big rejection. You can see this is almost a TP or a tent or something. Reverse U-shape, whatever you want to call it. But hard rejection there. The NQ, if it drops below, I would say 12.8, we're going to see some nastiness in this market start to happen. Yeah, market's mixed at the moment. Let's see. Well, Sicilian, as I've been saying, it's not just about day trading or swing trading. if you want to retire from your 9 to 5, you need to be setting up multiple income streams. Day trading, swing trading, all this is good. It's good income if you know what you're doing. But one income stream as the base for your framework of your entrepreneurship, that if you build a pool deck, say for a pool, and you're building that framework and you only put one pole to hold up the entire deck, well, when things get rough, when the winds of change come round in the markets, your pool deck's going to be teetering like this and could get blown off of your one pole in your framework, your one revenue stream. So that's why when you're building your framework as an entrepreneur, because you're still very young, so you got plenty of time, you want to make sure that your base is solid. And each one of those poles to hold up that pool deck would be your trading, swing trading. Maybe you want to do Amazon, SBA or something, or affiliate marketing. Each one of these little poles that you start with will then start to hold your base up nice and strong, and you can continue to build your fortune up, your wealth up. So I understand your frustration. Swing trading is not going to make you rich quickly, nor is day trading going to make you rich quickly. To be honest, there's not really any specific way to get rich in a super quick fashion, unless you're just lucky, really. At least that's in my experience. As much as I've pushed and do everything that I do, I've never got any big break where I've got a huge trade where it's made me like 20,000 grand in one day. I've never had a sponsorship that paid me a huge amount in one day. But because I have all those different, those small income streams, a little bit bigger now at this point, they're building. As time goes on, those income streams will continue to build. But that allows me, to be able to do these live streams and trade and not have to really be concerned about this revenue stream because I have a ton of other revenue streams. So the stock market crashing, we are starting to push to 11 here, is not going to bother me that much at all because I've built my framework around myself. My framework of my fortune is built around the value of framework fortune itself. But anyway, we're testing 11 here. Let's get into this. We may be breaking out here. We are hitting the top of this, so we don't want to get too excited too quick. We want to see 11 break. 11's trying to hold support. Well, actually, it's not even trying to hold support yet. We're still testing 11. As you can see, sellers are stacking right there at the downtrend at 11. So if we don't break here, we're going to have a pullback. In like the next probably 5 minutes. But we break this downtrend, we could be getting a little frisky. But this is like what? 65 cents a share, something like that. Can you break 11? Let me go into the 5 minute. Well, Um, if one of your pillars of your framework is to have a 15% compounding growth, there's nothing wrong with that, but I wouldn't say that would be the only thing that you need. But here's the thing with building income streams, and this goes to what Austin is saying, to the point. When you build income streams and you're constantly compounding those income streams, so like for example, um, investing in a dividend stock or investing in a crypto that is staking, either way you're going to get some type of interest or reward coming back to you for holding those positions. And instead of going out and spending that money that you get, you just turn around and reinvest it back in. So the next time that you get a payout from the dividend or the staking rewards, it's going to be a little bit bigger. And then you just reinvest that back in, which will make the overall balance bigger, which means every single time that you do this, you are going to build that revenue stream bigger and bigger and bigger. And with compounding and doing it with multiple revenue streams, multiple income streams, you will be able to actually build a lot faster as you're compounding all those different things. But of course, you do want some other pillars. You don't just want one pillar, but you combined all those revenue streams together, and you're investing back into those revenue streams so they become bigger and bigger and bigger. It's not going to take you till you're 40 to retire. You're in your 20s, Sicilian. So you starting now and compounding like that, no matter whether it's cryptos or dividend stocks. Me, I am not really holding any dividend stocks. I'm holding cryptos that give me staking rewards, simply because the staking rewards are a lot higher than the dividend payments. But it's all up to you what you want to do, because it's your framework. Just remember, you want to build those pillars. You don't want one income stream as a pillar, because if you have one income stream, regardless what it is, and it's not a job, say you're not working a job, you're being an entrepreneur, and that one income stream, well, that's the same as having the job, right? Only having the one income stream. So that's why you want multiple income streams, to be able to make money on multiple things at the same time, right? You don't, like when you focus 40 hours a week to one income stream, you're probably not maximizing your time. So when you have, say, you're spending 40 hours a week on 20 income streams, well, that's a whole different story. So for your 40 hours a week, for 20 income streams versus one income stream, you're a lot more, you're just better off. Because all that time, because time is like I said, time is the most valuable asset. So we want to trade that in. We did get rejected here at 11, so we may have a big pullback. Let's see. 10 did try to hold before. Let's see if 10 keeps trying to hold, but I don't know. With that rejection, you can sit on the 15-minute, and we're about to close. Let's just see how this next 15-minute candle opens up. Well, first I would say, don't put a label on yourself as I'm a college student, so what kind of income streams do you have? You are not a college student. You are a human. A college student is just a label, right? It doesn't matter about you being a college student or not, because it just doesn't. like that is, you being a college student has nothing to do with you setting up your income streams. And like I said, it's just a label. So I would not even think that linear. I would think out of the box. Think 3D. A lot of times we like to think linear because it's how we've been kind of trained to think, right? There's no possible way there could be any deviations from that linear thinking. That's like the thing now, with all the censoring and whatnot. The like you can only have one line of thinking. No, that's just insanity, and that's how a sheep thinks. Sheep have one line of thinking. And I'm talking about the actual animal. That's why the word sheep is thrown around. But sheep, all they want to do is follow and eat food and poop. That's it. They're linear, right? As human beings, we do not think linear. Our brains can think beyond linear. So putting labels on yourself like college student or, I'm a lawyer or whatever. Nah. That's why I say, I don't like the labels calling myself a day trader. I'm not just a day trader. I'm not just a trader. I have all types of things I do. So there's no reason. Putting labels on things is just going to make things more difficult on you, right? Keep it simple. You're a human being. Stop thinking linear and think 3D. Sell feet pics, hey? Hey, that's an option, man, Let's see what else we got here. A whole bunch of sheep burned, according to Stonks and Chomps. He's always keeping up with the Shiba Inu plays. Oh, that's a good idea. Lauren gave you a very good idea. Whatever subjects you're good at, there's a lot of online tutoring that you can join to tutor people and get paid to do it. So that's a great example of something that you could use as a college student specifically as an income stream. But that's not going to be quite passive, right? Because you're going to have to continue to actually do that. So that's where you got to really think 3D out of the box and think about your strategy. I hear you're saying sell it all. I've only got 5 shares and I actually wanted it to come down lower. So I'm going to probably average down if it starts holding support somewhere. Now if it starts getting a little out of hand, let's see what the market's doing. NQ barely holding on right there at the moment. You might be right, Mike. I might need to save face on this. We'll see. I'm going to give it a few more minutes. This 15-minute candle just opened, and if it does pull back, I think 9 is going to try to hold first before we see it dip. So, there you go, Cecilia. Stocks and Chomps giving you all kinds of ideas there. Oh my God, Jesus. Okay. Oh, Stocks and Chomps. So far on this, we're holding up at the moment. That I'm laughing because those are real. That's like Lauren's not wrong. All that stuff she is saying, you can do, and that's thinking 3D out of the box. That's not thinking linear. That's some of those options she is offering you might not be what you want to do, but I guarantee the thought process that she used to think outside of the linear box of the 40-hour work week or whatever, that's the perspective. That's the thinking that you want to do. How many ways can I make income outside of a 40-hour job? Because then you spend that 40 hours a week on multiple incomes, building those, like I said, you probably get somewhere a lot faster. Oh my God. Oh gosh. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. I don't want to get too much deeper into that conversation of um boy, Stonks and Chomps is there and all right now, guys. You want some 3D thinking? There you go. Uh well, I mean, if you feel Sicilian, if you're feeling comfortable with, I mean, you don't need to buy 1,000 shares of a stock to make money. But if you're feeling comfortable with your trading, that you want to up your account size, that's up to you, man. Nobody can tell you if you're comfortable or ready or not to do bigger size trading. So you've got to make that decision. But here's the thing. You're the one making decisions, so if you go into it and it's not working that well, then you can just pull back and say, okay, that's not working that well. I'm not ready to do that. But if you feel like you are, that's up to you. That's your decision as an individual and a trader to make. Nobody is going to be able to know how you're thinking and how your analysis and all that works in your head, right? So, right. So, if you're not comfortable until the market is stable, well, then find a different revenue stream. You can always come back to the stock market or keep an eye on it, but there's plenty of different ways, especially on the internet, like the mining PKT. This thing is just, well, it's not mining right now because I got a lot running, but it's been mining on, and I'm using a very low thread for this miner, and I've got 102 PKT cash. That's miners are one thing that are passive investment incomes. Crypto quarry mining. Justin is going to be putting out a video here soon on his new. What is it? I just talked to him last night. What was the name of that mine? Helium miner. So he buys physical mining rigs and mines Litecoin and Dogecoin and some other coins like that. Those are all passive income because his mining setup rigs don't run his electric up that much. So he is making a constant revenue by mining. And the video he's going to put out is going to be about his helium miner. So I don't know much about that. I'm not as big into the mining side as cryptos, but I mine things like PKT where I can digitally mine them and not actually have to have a whole setup. But if he's really, really hounded me to get one of these helium miners. The only problem is they're hard to get. So we did not even crack below 980 on this support here. So we're probably going to give another little test of 11 here. Looking pretty good on this 15 minute at the moment, coming up to 1075. You broke a 30-year-old down last week, a 35-year-old. That's the thing. I hate age arguments in the first place. Age does not mean you have some type of more intelligence than anybody younger than you. You may have more experience on this earth than other people, but it depends on what your experience is. If your experience has been smoking crack in a trailer for 30 years of your life, well, then you're definitely not smarter than, say, Lando, who's 19 and killing it right now. He's making multiple income streams, working on multiple different ways to set up these passive incomes. But I am going to do. I don't know what you broke down. I broke a 30. What are you talking about? Then I thought you meant like you were smoking. You were not smoking. you were debating them or something, and you smoked them in a debate. I was gonna say that's my boy Blue. So, Sicilian, if you do not use frameworkfortune.com as a resource, I'm gonna come to where you're at. I'm gonna put a dead squirrel in a tube sock, and I'm gonna beat you with it. So if you go to the website frameworkfortuneblock.com, oops, I'm in the blockchain project. Go to crypto, right down here, crypto mining. You click on crypto mining, PKT bandwidth mining, and bada boom, there you go. There's a overview of what PKT is and how to download it and mine it. These links will take you directly to the PKT network, and then you just go over here to the PKT World Wallet, which on the page it shows you right there which one to select. And from there it's very easy to set up. It's just a simple little download, and it's this. This is all it is. This is the PKT World Wallet. Yeah, and also like Lando saying, hit Lando up, talk to Lando. That's why we have a community. You both are the same age. Lando's doing really well, so he would be somebody to work with and listen to. Nothing wrong with networking. You absolutely got to network. But Lauren, I am going to be putting out a video on PKT mining this week, and we're actually going to start covering a lot more PKT mining. Just PKT Cash in general, and I have been a bull in a china shop over this weekend trying to partner or do in some way get involved with the PKT development team, especially their YouTube channel, because their YouTube channel needs help, and I'm willing to help them for free because I believe in this project. You learn more about PKT, you will be probably shocked at what it's trying to do. But it's not just about PKT. It's not just about cryptos, as I said. It's all about multiple streams of income. So whatever streams of income you can come up with, that's what whatever you feel. I've been talking to Austin about and Lando about. YouTube is a great passive income because once you make a video, it's going to continue to, once you're monetized, it's going to continue to build up. So we are over at 11 now. I'm going to get back into focusing on this play as we are testing over 11. Let's see if we can get up that 12.35. Never really got a pullback to add any more shares. Oh, let me see here. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I just read the rest of your comment, Lauren. Yeah, exactly. That's the main reason why I reached out to the PKT development team. I wild board my way all through PKT's social medias and networks and all of that yesterday, trying to get in contact with who runs their social media, because they, it is right now Caleb, the project lead developer and also developer of CGDNS technology, is doing AMAs, but he's focused on of course all of that coding side. So I'll be doing a video on it. I'll be doing multiple videos on it. I'm trying to get PKT as a strong partner and friend of Framework Fortune as far as the development team and all that. And I actually, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Either way, I'm still gonna be dealing with PKT. So we're coming up to 11:35 now. Come on. Maybe going to test 1150 here soon. And if big buying volume comes in, we know this thing can move fast, so we got to be ready. Testing 1150. Can we break that 1150? Your website? Cool. Lando, let's hop on a call after the stream, and so I can check it out and see what you got going on. I'd love to see what you got going with that, if you're not busy. It does take, well, it depends on how you do, well, it does take some time and effort to build a website if you're building one that's more than one page. If you build just like a one-page website, you can knock that out pretty quickly and pretty easily for whatever your business is. Some businesses don't need but one page. You know, you just need a landing page. If you're, for example, let's say if you're just selling biscuits, you know, you're just a online biscuit dealer. Well, then you'd only need one page for your 5 types of biscuits for people to check out to buy, right? So whereas Framework Fortune is not designed as a website for selling products, it is designed for resource and info sharing. And that's why we don't sell any products. I mean, we have the merch store, but that's not even really a part of the Framework Fortune website in the beginning. It's a whole different link. So it depends on what you're trying to do, really. Rolled up 11 pretty good here. No, you don't have to. Now, I don't know what Lando did. That's why I want to talk to him after the stream. So like I said, Lando, if you're not busy, I'll hit you up. But you don't have to make a website from scratch. Frameworkfortune.com. I'll be honest with you guys. You know, I'm transparent. I'll tell you guys everything. I tell you the best and the worst of whatever we're doing. Frameworkfortune.com was built with Wix. So there was very little coding involved in making this website. There's like a little bit of coding to copy these links for the trading view widgets and stuff like that, but most of this, like none of this website hardly was made from actual coding. It's not necessary. Wix is all right. That's what we're using, but I am looking to move the website to a blockchain instead of being on Wix, because there is some issues with Wix and whatnot. We are having a little rejection at 11 again. But I plan on moving everything eventually to the Framework Fortune blockchain once that is created. So the frameworkfortune.com will be on top of that blockchain, along with the Learn to Earn Academy, the Trading League, the DFU, all of that stuff. So Exactly, Lando. Exactly. No, if you're learning coding, Sicilian, this is what I will tell you. On the side, number one, there is a demand for coding like crazy. There is not enough coders. Blockchain technology has opened up the door to so much new coding projects and stuff like that. There's a huge demand for coding. What I would think about doing is focusing your knowledge of coding on learning how to create blockchains and tokens. Creating a token is very simple coding. I can show you how to do that in probably 10 minutes. So everything is going to go to blockchain technology. Take your coding knowledge that you're learning now. In the meantime, try to figure out how to use your coding knowledge for blockchain projects, whether it be token creation, smart contracts, because that is something you can charge a lot of money for now. There's lots of people always trying to create tokens, and if you can create a token, well, now all you got to do is throw up that one-page website that says token creation for this price and promote it, and you will get people who will probably pay you to create token contracts. And then as you learn that, you can expand it into the actual smart contracts, because smart contracts are going to be the main pipeline between every single piece of a blockchain. So smart contracts is the part for staking, smart contract for liquidity pool providing, smart contract for layer 2 launch on top of a chain. All that type of stuff is very, 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 very valuable right now. And it's only going to continue because most people have been going to college for weird off crazy degrees besides the doctors and lawyers and all that stuff, which is becoming less and less, and there's just a huge demand for it. That's part of the reason why I decided to start learning how to code myself, because if something happens with all my revenue streams, or the SEC or FBI want to come at me for some of the stuff I've said about like that roast the other day of the central bank heads, well, guess what? If I lose everything, I have a skill. I can create token contracts and like I said, in 5 minutes. So that is something I can also fall back on to put a little net under that base, just in case the base was to crumble of my framework. So, and then again, I could do the same thing myself and offer token creation services and get paid for it. I just don't want to do it because I'm more focused on building the framework fortune blockchain than trying to create tokens for everybody else. Both. Let me see here. What's up with what's your question about PKT, Austin? And then Lando, Credit Karma will pay you $6. Yeah, see, that's a perfect thing. Exactly. That's affiliate marketing Lando's talking about. Affiliate marketing is easy money. Once you set up, and again, part of the Framework Fortune website does have affiliate marketing with some of our partners like TradingView and TradingSync, but we only put up affiliate marketing things that we use ourselves. We're not going to put up just any affiliate marketing. And as far as Framework Fortune goes in general, there were several different companies that reached out yesterday to give us more affiliate marketing promotions and deals, but I am no longer accepting affiliate marketing for Framework Fortune. If any businesses want to advertise to you guys, to this community, they got to pay for it, right? Because
this community is more valuable to me than it is to these advertisers. So if they want a piece of this community, they got to pay for it. And that money is going to go to help continuing to grow the whole framework, fortune, everything. The blockchain, everything. We got some major plans coming out here. We're rolling them out. I got a whole bunch of stuff in the works. Oh, it's going to get fun, guys. It's going to get real fun. It's going to be a fun rest of the year. So as far as the threads go with PKT mining, it just depends on how strong your computer is. Like most of the time I only run one thread because I'm running right now I'm running thinkorswim, which takes up a huge amount of GPU. I'm running the OBS streaming software, which takes up a huge amount of GPU, and then I have multiple window tabs up, which is going to take up some of, not Windows tabs, but Brave browser tabs up, which is going to take up some memory. So I have a lot running at the moment, and normally I have a lot running, so I always run it on one. But depending on how strong your computer is, you can talk to HH. He's ran his all the way up to 24. So if your computer can handle it, you can really run those threads up. But like I said, because I'm constantly doing a million different things and have tons of windows up, I just usually run it constantly all the time at one thread. Keeps everything efficiently running, still a passive income, and not too bad. Yep. If it says you're mining, you're good to go right here. See, mine's not mining, so if I go to mine and press start, it's starting the mining, and then when you see right there, mining block, whatever number of block this is at this number here, and then that's the amount of bandwidth that you are mining to get the PKT cache. So as long as it's showing this and it's showing kilobits accepted, then your mining is working. And then you can just experiment with the threads yourself and try to figure out what works and what doesn't work. But it's that simple. It's so stupid easy. That's why I've been pushing PKT, because not only is PKT mining, PKT is a fork of Bitcoin's technology. So PKT is not a token. PKT is a coin, and there's a big difference between a coin and a token, which I'll be doing a video on that for the crypto channel this week as well. So we're holding up on this trend line, it looks like. For now, we did kind of double top there at 1150. Let's see, my entry's 1134. I don't like that double top. I'm trying to think if I'm going to put in a stop loss above my entry just to make sure that I'm not going red on this play. 1070. Put this back on 15 minute. It's pushing back up to 11 now. Okay, let me give it some time. Let's see how's Forge doing. Forge just kind of consolidating. VTNR trying to come back up. If you're going to play VNTNR, all you got to do is grab your little trend line channel, put it right about there, and as long as it's in that channel, pushing up, just play it off of support. Same way, this one, I actually like VTNR a little better than I like SOUN, because SOUN is trying to break the downtrend, whereas, what was I just looked at? VTNR is in the uptrend. So that's generally the setups I like, but this SOUN just had a lot of potential off of how low the float is, and we've seen some IPOs ripping. Still struggling in that 1120 area though. Let's see, this 15-minute candle just opened, so I'm going to give that a little time there to do its thing. Almost, well, I don't know. This may actually try to crack here. If it does not hold $11 and start pushing up to 11.50 and testing, then it's going to drop on this trend line, probably back down to 10. So we'll see on that. Well, Sicilian, the price of PKT right now is very cheap. It's a very new project. It's only been out a little while, and mining's only been active a little while. So you're mining those coins, and I'm only using one thread, so 100 coins is not that much. But right now the price is about half a penny. But think about that. Go read the page, go learn. And in the Discord, I posted an AMA from Caleb, the creator of PKT, yesterday. But go in the Discord, watch that AMA, and listen to what Caleb's saying. Listen to what he is trying to do with PKT, and you'll see why I'm so bullish on it. The main reason I'm pushing PKT is because it is one way that I could take Spectrum Internet down finally for all the problems they've been causing me. You hear that, Spectrum? I'm coming for you. Me and PKT, we're going to get you. We're going to get you, and we're going to put you out of business. That's right, Spectrum. You, Comcast, all the rest of you monopolized assholes. Don't you worry. We're coming for you. Oh, right. Okay. So anyway, I'm gonna throw a little stop loss in here. Right above my entry. Let's go about 10:45. That's 10. What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't you? Oh, I see what you're doing. But yeah, do the research on PKT. You'll see why I'm so excited about it, because it literally is my revenge for these monopolized internet companies and what they've done to me. Stream crashes. It probably would. That would be hilarious if that happened. Spectrum's like, what did you say? Click. Get him off there. So yeah, I mean, if I don't know how much you can get running the miner at 20 threads, but now you at the moment with PKT being so cheap, of course it's not going to be a very big weekly income stream. However, when PKT starts catching a lot of hype and whatnot, then all those coins that you mined for half a penny, they jump to $1, then you just made a big whop out of nowhere for the whole time that you've been mining it. So it's a passive income. But like I said, I'm using only one thread because of everything that I'm doing, and I just want to hold. I'm hodling PKT. I'm not selling any PKT. I'm hodling it. I even bought some more on the Binance Smart Chain just so I had plenty of it at this cheap price to have a big position, because like I said, I'm trying to. It's the thing that could take down these monopolized internet companies. But anyway, I'm going to take a quick little break. And when I get back, we will continue on with some more technical analysis on some of these other plays and see if SOUN is going to break out or not. It is fighting right here at this area. Give me a couple of minutes and we'll be back.
All right, so we are pulling back here. I may get stopped out if it didn't hold 1050. Getting rejected at that line. Let's see how the NQ is doing. Getting rejected at the same line. All right, not the same line, but getting rejected as well. Looks like a lot of things have pulled back. Oh, oil just spiked. Oil just had a big spike, breaking that downtrend again, up from 101 to 104. So that means all the oil plays ought to be heating up. Yeah, Hussa just ripped up. Let's see what's going on in the headlines for oil real quick. Okay. Oil waivers as China worries balanced by Russian supply issues. Berkshire Hathaway have an annual meeting. There was some different earnings of oil companies. Nikola gets $200 million investment from Intera Capital. Natural gas extends gains after April's 28% surge. Oh, okay, that's why it was starting to rip right here. European is likely to propose ending purchases of Russian crude oil by the 27 country bloc before the end of 2022, and a ban of purchases of Russian refined oil products by year end. Okay, well, we're just gonna mess up all the oil supply, huh? Oh, Germany calls for Russian oil embargo. Diesel fuels price surge may not be over. Yep. Well, that all looks bad for oil supply chains. Looks good for oil prices. But as far as gas prices, probably not going down. Probably going to see them go up if they continue to cut off oil supply. Thing is, Russia only accounts for 3%, I think, of United States oil imports, so it's not that big of a deal to the United States. But the effect it will have on the entire other side of the world is going to cause problems for us, on top of the problems that we already have. So that may be why the dollar is strengthening. Let's see here. Let's find out something. Let's do some science. So oil just popped up. That's what it is. There's the US dollar currency index. Look at that. It is down. Let's see. That's a 15-minute. Hold on. Nope. Okay, good. So, as I was saying earlier, I just wanted to make sure that I was not wrong what I said this at the beginning of the stream about the dollar being deflationary right now and causing all asset prices. But I was thinking for a second maybe the dollar was strengthening off of oil strengthening and the sentiment that America could produce a lot of oil. However, it will not be that soon. So we see on the 15-minute the dollar's pulled back down and oil is starting to shoot. So it is what I thought. If the dollar index starts dropping again, we should see indexes rise, or not just indexes, but we should see assets rise. But it's so volatile right now; it's hard to tell because, like I said, Friday oil shot up and then opened back at 100 today, and now it's back up to 105. So crazy volatility in all the markets. Yes, Cecilia, you could absolutely leave it running while on campus. You can leave it running as much as you want to. I run mine 24/7 for the most part. I just let it run. And like I said, that one, like, if you weren't using your computer, you definitely could up the threads. You know, if you're just going to let it sit while you're in class,
you could up the threads and just let it go to town. Let's see. Stocks and Chomp, you said our mutual hate for Spectrum, our belief that should be taken down, should qualify us as a church congregation. Or maybe we can get some of those those tax deductions and all that for being a church, not having to pay taxes. They're tax free. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? All right, SOUN still testing 1050, came right down on that wick to my stop, but did not hit it. A couple of cents away from hitting it. $10.50's trying to hold. You could try it on your Chromebook. I don't know about that for sure. You can see. It may not, well, actually, it may not work on a Chromebook. Because it's a desktop application. I don't think they have a mobile application. I don't know. It may work on Chromebook. I just don't like Chromebooks. They have weird little restrictions to them, and a lot of the tablets and things similar to the Chromebook have those restrictions. Chromebook may work, though. I really don't know. You'll just have to try it and see. CVNTR, and not able to push back to the top, so it's trying to hold that support line at the moment. What is that? EAF. Oh, that's the one that you were talking about, Austin, that you're keeping an eye on for a possible swing. Graph Tech. So this is some type of tech stock. Blue Apron holding up all of its gains so far. You can see this is a little flag pattern, a little triangle. So break 425, I would say. That could start to pop some more. But if it cracks below 4, it's going to drop back down. Let's see. Okay, that wasn't any news, just a little NQ update. A little stock market update. So we have cracked this trend line. We'll take that trend line out. And at this point, we're just hovering above 1050. We're starting to push back up to 1075 a little bit. Still early on this candle, 7 minutes left. So a lot of time that could transpire. But if it starts pushing back up over 11, we could be getting ready for a possible move. Yeah, I ain't gonna do all that. I ain't gonna, take advantage of the church tax stuff to. Yeah, I'm not gonna do all that. I was joking. But you could. It's not hard to be a church. Church of Scientology exists. They get tax-free exemptions, and they talk about aliens. So, is Apron starting to pop here? Let's see. Coming back up to that 425. Let's see if it's going to pop this triangle. This little flag pattern. So you got the pole there and then the flag. And I'll keep a little side eye on SOUN, and it's just hanging around that 1050 area still. Not very much volume coming into the tip of this triangle. Oh, I just got stopped out on those 5 shares of SOUN, so I did not take a loss. Little 14-cent win there. I mean, it's a very small win. NASDAQ trying to come back up and test 1300 again. So let's see how long this has been testing 1300 here. God, for a while. Since the futures opened up last night. So, I don't know, 12 hours or something like that. We've been testing this 13,000 area. That's scary. That's real scary. All right. I will probably keep an eye on SOUN the rest of the day, but like I said, I'd rather try to get it down here at 8. I don't know. It did not break that uptrend, so still kind of holding 1050. I may have just got wicked out on that. Yeah, wicked out on 1025, but whatever. Better than a loss. Alright guys, so I think I am going to call it a day so I can get to all the other stuff I've got to do. I would say the rest of the day, keep an eye on SOUN, keep an eye on Forge. Forge is popped over that triangle. Forge will probably get rejected at 25 today. But that would be one to keep an eye on if it does continue to rip. Maybe see it pull back down to like 20 for a retest of 25 or something. Swivel with all the again with oil pushing up, oil plays. You should keep them on watch. Blue Apron in the immediate 30 minutes to an hour. Keep it on watch, maybe even sooner for a possible break there. Is uranium moving back up? Yeah, uranium's moving back up too. So the U.S. dollar coming down. If it continues to come down, we're going to see assets go back up. Probably see the NQ have a bit of a rebound, maybe. Well, I don't know. If the NQ doesn't rebound, then that's going to signify that a lot of money has left the market and is not coming back into the stock market. It's going other places, which makes sense. So before I go, now that just clicked in my head, if everybody's seeing that the dollar is starting to weaken again, then they'll probably go back into assets from cash. Like I was saying earlier, with all these cheaper prices, those people who held cash and got that deflationary pressure in the short term made some decent amounts of money. But I forgot where I was going with that point. There was a point. Something about uranium. That was back then. 404 watching uranium stocks. I'm going to have to think of that again. That little click in my head just like disappeared that quick. What was it I was talking about? Oh, if the U.S. dollar starts weakening, then we're probably going to see assets start rising But as I said, if the NQ is not rebounding, if the dollars are not going back into the NQ, then that means they're going somewhere else. And that's what we're going to have to look for. Because the dollar was pulling back, and the NQ is just looking like it's on a warpath for 11,000 right now. But we'll see. A lot of time left. It's beginning of the month, beginning of the week. A lot could transpire. But we will be here pretty much every day making sure of what is happening and looking for some day trades. Because I believe at this point, I am no longer going to swing anything. I'm just going to stick to trading because of how volatile we are really getting in all the markets. Okay, so that's it for me. If you haven't yet, go check out frameworkfortune.com. Utilize that resource. It has plenty of free information, plenty of free widgets to use. Go utilize it. More videos coming out this week on all the channels. If you haven't yet, go check out H&H Traders uranium playlist, as he is all over uranium stocks right now and will continue to be putting out information on those uranium plays. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Till next time.
This is war with the enemy. Think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me. I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally.